create long, strong, random passwords for all of your sites that you log into, store them securely in a password manager, and create a very long, strong passphrase to protect that password manager. I saw a statistic once that small businesses use on average about 20 cloud applications or software as a service applications. So it would be impossible to remember 20 or more different unique passwords. I strongly recommend that you implement this in your personal life as well as in your professional life. If your organization has password managers, fantastic. If not, I'm sure my friends at Entourage can give you some great recommendations of which ones to use. The important thing is, I mean, you could go down a rabbit hole with different features and functionalities. Just start using one. I challenge everyone, especially at the beginning of the year, to go through and do what I call a digital detox. Set yourself up with a password manager, create a really long, strong password to get into that password manager, and then go through all of your accounts, starting with the most important ones, your email or your financial ones. Use like the little dice or the little create a random password to change all of those passwords to the critical accounts to unique random ones. That way, if any of those passwords get compromised, and they will, it happens all the time, then you can just go in and change that one password to a new random unique one, and it doesn't allow the attackers to access all your other accounts or give them the keys to the kingdom. And then once you've done your critical accounts, then as you come across those random, online shopping accounts or travel loyalty rewards, then you can just change those, a little bit by little bit and make sure that all your passwords are unique. Now, a lot of people probably say, well, if I'm putting all of my password eggs in one basket, what happens if if I lose or my password manager password gets compromised? This is probably my most important tip that I love to talk about. I even have a t-shirt that says enable 2FA, is turn on multi-factor authentication. So this has been around for a while. You probably, most people immediately think of like their bank. If they log in from a new device, it'll immediately send them a text message code before they're able to log in. So we've been doing this for a long time. We're getting used to it a lot more, but we need better adoption across the board of multi-factor authentication. So this is where it's a combination of something that which is your username and your password, and then something that you have or something that you are in order to get into your accounts. So you type in your username and password, and then the second or multi-factor comes into play. So it could be a push notification on your phone that asks if that is you trying to sign in, and you click yes, and then it lets you in. Could be a text message code. Could be an authenticator app that you have on your phone that has a new code that changes every 30 seconds that you go into and get. Or it could be like a little USB or a hardware token, or an actual like keychain that you press a button and get that code off of. Some of these methods of multi-factor authentication are more secure than others. I'm not going to tell you, don't ever use SMS messaging. The amount of work that somebody would have to go through to bypass SMS is a lot. If it's the only thing that is available, turn it on. It's better than nothing at all. I would rather see more people adopt SMS and not worry about if it's the most secure form of multi-factor authentication. Just start implementing this. And if you're like me, then you'll go crazy and ask the actual vendor to do something more than SMS, but not everyone's crazy like me. So turn on whatever form of multi-factor authentication is available. And then you'll put in your username and password, you'll enter your code, you'll get access to your account. This is going to stop a majority of these attacks dead in their tracks. So in our example from before, if my Dropbox password gets breached and they see it's sunshine123, they're going to try to go over to my Microsoft account. Even if I never changed any of my passwords and I still had the same, recycled bad one that had been breached a bunch of times, this is what the attackers are going to get instead. And this will stop a majority of them in their tracks. They're just going to move on to some lower hanging fruit. So please, if you take anything from this webinar, turn on multi-factor authentication.